Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. How much of yourself are you giving away to people who don't deserve it? How many nights have you spent questioning your worth because someone made you feel small? Today, I'm here to tell you enough is enough. It's time to take back your power. It's time to draw the line, not in the sand, but in stone. You are not a doormat. You are not a tool. And you certainly are not someone's emotional punching bag. You see, manipulation doesn't always come with red flags. Sometimes it's subtle, wrapped in sweet words and fake smiles, but deep down you feel it, don't you? That tug on your spirit, that sinking feeling when you realize you're being taken advantage of. Let's break free from that today. Here are 7 clear indicators of emotional manipulation that you must recognize. Number 1, they make you feel guilty for their mistakes. Manipulators have a special way of twisting reality, bending it so skillfully that you begin to question your own actions and intentions. They create a world where the blame always lands on you, even when it's clear they are the ones at fault. This tactic, often referred to as gaslighting, is designed to wear down your sense of self and make you doubt your judgment. Slowly but surely, you begin to accept guilt for things that aren't your responsibility, thinking, maybe I did something wrong, or perhaps I could have handled that better. But let me tell you something loud and clear, it's not your fault. Picture this: you're in a situation where someone in your life, perhaps a friend, partner, or even a family member, forgets an important commitment. Maybe it was a date, a meeting, or a promise they made to you. Instead of owning up to their mistake, they spin it around with phrases like, well, if you had reminded me, I wouldn't have forgotten, or you know how busy I am. Why didn't you check in with me earlier? Suddenly their failure to follow through becomes your fault. They've transferred the weight of their shortcoming onto your shoulders, and now you're the one apologizing. It doesn't stop there. These individuals know exactly how to tug at your heartstrings, often leveraging your kindness and empathy against you. They'll remind you of times when you might have fallen short, even if those moments were entirely unrelated or insignificant. Remember when you messed up last week? I didn't get mad at you, so why are you upset with me now? This carefully crafted narrative is intended to silence you, to strip away your right to hold them accountable. They play the role of the misunderstood victim while casting you as the unreasonable antagonist. Over time, this pattern of behavior starts to chip away at your confidence. You begin to second-guess your instincts and hesitate to speak up when something feels wrong. The guilt they plant in you grows like a seed, taking root deep within your mind. Even when you know logically that you haven't done anything wrong, that inner voice whispers, maybe they're right, maybe I should have done more. This is the subtle power of emotional manipulation. It makes you question yourself in ways you never did before. Now let's talk about why this happens. People who manipulate others by making them feel guilty for their mistakes often do so because they fear vulnerability. Admitting fault feels like losing control, and to them, control is everything. They need to maintain the upper hand to ensure that they're always in a position of power within the relationship. By shifting blame onto you, they not only protect their ego, but also establish a dynamic where you feel indebted to them. This cycle of guilt and apology can be incredibly draining. It creates an emotional imbalance where you're constantly walking on eggshells, afraid of triggering yet another round of blame. And the worst part, these manipulators often disguise their tactics under the guise of love, care, or concern. They'll say things like, I just want us to communicate better, or I'm only saying this because I care about you. But real love doesn't manipulate, and real care doesn't come with a side of guilt. Breaking free from this cycle begins with recognizing it for what it is: manipulation, plain and simple. It's about reclaiming your right to set boundaries and stand up for yourself. The next time someone tries to shift blame onto you, pause and take a step back. Ask yourself, is this really my responsibility? Did I truly cause this situation? More often than not, you'll realize the answer is no. When you start holding manipulators accountable for their actions, don't be surprised if they push back. They might accuse you of being overly sensitive, selfish, or even confrontational. But remember, these accusations are just another layer of manipulation designed to keep you in line. To stand firm in your truth. You have every right to call out unfair behavior, and doing so doesn't make you a bad person, it makes you strong. Another key to breaking free is surrounding yourself with people who uplift and support you. The right people in your life won't shift blame or make you feel guilty for their mistakes. They'll own up to their actions and work with you to find solutions. These are the relationships worth nurturing, the ones that bring you peace instead of turmoil. Finally, practice self-compassion. Forgive yourself for the times you've fallen into the manipulator's trap. It happens to the best of us. What matters now is that you've recognized the pattern and are taking steps to protect your well-being. Remember, you are not responsible for anyone else's mistakes, and you certainly don't deserve to carry the weight of their guilt. So starting today, stand tall and draw the line. Refuse to accept blame for things that are not your fault. Reclaim your voice, your confidence, and your peace of mind. You are stronger than you realize, and no manipulator can take that away from you. The moment you stop allowing guilt to rule your life is the moment you begin to truly live. Number 2, they play the victim always. There's a certain kind of person who has mastered the art of playing the victim, and they use it to keep you trapped in an emotional web. No matter the situation, no matter who's at fault, they find a way to twist the narrative so they come out as the one who's been wronged. This isn't just a coincidence or bad luck, it's a deliberate tactic. These people thrive on your sympathy and they weaponize it to control you. Picture this: you confront someone about a behavior that's hurt you. Instead of addressing the issue, they suddenly bring up every struggle they've ever faced. You don't understand what I've been through, they might say, or you think you're the only one who's hurting. Suddenly the conversation shifts. What started as an honest attempt to resolve conflict has turned into a monologue about their hardships. You're left feeling guilty for even bringing up your concerns, as if your pain is insignificant compared to theirs. This pattern is no accident. Emotional manipulators know that when they position themselves as the victim, it's hard for you to hold them accountable. You start to feel like you're kicking someone who's already down, even when you know they're in the wrong. Their tears, their sad stories, their exaggerated expressions of pain, they're all designed to disarm you, to make you question whether you're being too harsh or demanding. What makes this so dangerous is that it doesn't just happen occasionally, it's a consistent pattern. Every disagreement, every problem somehow circles back to how hard their life is, how misunderstood they feel, or how much they've sacrificed. Even when they've clearly hurt you, they manage to turn the tables. I didn't mean to hurt you, I'm just under so much stress, or I wouldn't have said that if you didn't push me so much. They shift the focus away from their behavior and onto their supposed suffering. And let's be real, it works. Why? Because you're a compassionate person, you care about others, and the last thing you want is to see someone in pain, even if that pain is exaggerated or self-inflicted. Manipulators know this, and they exploit your empathy to avoid responsibility. They don't want resolution, they want control. By making you feel sorry for them, they keep you in a state of emotional confusion, unsure whether to stand your ground or comfort them. But here's the truth: playing the victim is a manipulation tactic designed to keep you from recognizing their toxic behavior. It's a smokescreen, a distraction from the real issues. While you're busy consoling them, they're avoiding accountability and continuing the cycle of manipulation. Think about the toll this takes on you. Every time they shift the narrative to their struggles, your needs and feelings are pushed to the side. You become the emotional caretaker, constantly putting their well-being above your own. Over time, this imbalance can leave you drained, frustrated, and questioning your worth. You start to wonder if you're the problem, if you're too demanding, or if you're asking for too much. But let me tell you, you are not the problem. Wanting mutual respect and accountability in a relationship is not asking for too much, it's the bare minimum. So how do you break free from this pattern? First, recognize it for what it is. When someone constantly plays the victim, take a step back and evaluate the situation objectively. Ask yourself, is this person genuinely seeking support, or are they deflecting responsibility? If the latter, it's time to set some boundaries. Boundaries are your best defense against emotional manipulators. The next time they try to derail a conversation with a sob story, gently but firmly bring the focus back to the issue at hand. You might say, I understand that you're going through a lot, but we need to address this specific problem. This not only acknowledges their feelings, but also reinforces your right to be heard. Don't let their tactics guilt you into silence. Your feelings are valid, and you have every right to express them without being overshadowed by someone else's victim narrative. It's not your job to fix their life, and it's certainly not your responsibility to carry the weight of their emotions. Another important step is to stop feeding into their manipulative behavior. When they play the victim, resist the urge to immediately console them or take on their burdens. Instead, encourage them to take responsibility for their actions and seek solutions. You might say, I hear what you're saying and I'm here to support you, but we need to work together to resolve this. This shifts the dynamic, making it clear that you're not willing to be manipulated. Finally, remember that real relationships are built on mutual respect, understanding, and accountability. The people who truly care about you won't use your empathy against you. They'll listen to your concerns, own up to their mistakes, and work with you to create a healthier, more balanced dynamic. Let today be the day you stop falling for the victim act. You deserve relationships where your voice is heard, your feelings are valued, and your boundaries are respected. Don't let anyone make you feel guilty for holding them accountable. Stand strong, speak your truth, and never forget you are not responsible for fixing someone else's life, especially at the cost of your own well-being. Number 3, they use flattery to control you. Flattery can feel like sunshine on a cloudy day, warming your heart and lifting your spirits. We all enjoy being appreciated, admired, and praised. It's human nature. But when flattery becomes a tool for manipulation, it loses its sincerity and turns into a trap. Manipulators know this all too well, and they'll shower you with compliments, not because they genuinely value you, but because they want to control you. Think about it. Have you ever encountered someone who suddenly starts praising you out of nowhere? Right when they need a favor or want you to overlook something questionable. They'll say things like, "You're the only one who really understands me," or "I don't know how I'd manage without you." At first it feels good. It strokes your ego and makes you feel special.